Hello, everyone. Hi, Sue. Hi, everyone tuning in. I hope you're well and had a good Monday day today. I did. So I thought I'd try something a little bit different today. Last time I did the live stream, it was a kind of general Q&A. Today I wanted to specifically focus in on people that have D Kurds. So if you have a D Kurd, this is ideal. If you've got another D Pan, this is all right. You can jam along and it will still be useful and interesting, hopefully. And if you have a different handpan entirely, some of the stuff and the techniques and the things I'm talking about will still be relevant, but they will sound a little bit different on your pan. So I thought if you have a D Kurd, this is the one for you. And if you guys enjoy it, then I'll do some more with different common pans as well. So let me know what those might be. If you don't have a D Kurd and you're like, why? Awesome. So grab your instrument if you've got a pan, stick it on your lap, and let's go. First things to start off with is a little bit of a warm-up. So I've already done my physical warm-up a little bit, but the main things to think about is just getting a little bit of energy and warmth, I guess, blood circulation flowing around. So I really like to imagine that I have some wet hands or paint, and I'm just sort of flicking them off on the edge. And I use that time to just get comfy, sitting wherever you are. A little bit of a roll of the wrists around, getting a bit of motion again. Going to be using all these muscles. And just wherever you are, just a little shoulders up and a and again, shoulders up. Whatever your day's been like, whether you've been traveling around or sitting at a computer, 2 breaths in and out. And take a second at this moment to think about how you're sitting. So if you're sitting in a chair, make sure your feet are underneath your body. You've got flat feet, or you're feeling comfortable, you're sitting upright, and we're not any kind of like lilting over, twisting over. We're going to be playing for about an hour today, not purely playing, obviously, but that might be a little more than you've done recently or whatever. So make sure that you feel comfortable and you're ready to go. And if at any point any of these exercises are too fast or anything like that, just modify them, take them half speed, do them at a speed that feels good. So I've got my trusty metronome here. And we're going to start off with just some striking. So firstly, taking your thumbs, looking at this big note in the middle, the ding. As we come down, it's almost like, I like to think of it as opening a doorknob or turning a door handle. Striking and bouncing off. We never wanted to hit down and touch to the instrument because that won't make that sound resonate. Instead, we're coming away from it. So just choose your dominant hand. Try it a few times. Really listening. And I like to start off with just the one hand. Once I've got a little bit of that going, just a nice slow metronome. Just zoning in to that stroke. Start us off nice and slow, 60 beats a minute. Try and get that. And the lovely thing about this is because it's such a simple action, such a simple movement, you really get to zone in and listen to that sound. So every single one of those notes wants to sound just like the one before, just like the one after. We don't want one to suddenly come out and be loud. We want to be able to control that dynamic. So let's hear it. Zoning in. 2, 3, one hand. And just like everything, we've got 2 hands. So taking a moment now, firstly, trying to replicate that exact sound with your left hand or your non-dominant hand. That same idea of heavy wrists dropping down onto it, not sticking, but bouncing away. And I like to think of the relaxation in my shoulder and in my elbow, in my wrist, and in my fingers. If one element is stiff, if my thumbs look like this, my elbows crunched up, it's not going to be that relaxed stroke we're looking for. So everything beautiful and relaxed, breathing out. And even the other bits, like you hold so much tension in your feet or in my bum, sometimes I'm holding tension there. So relaxing the whole body. And then when we're ready, finding that click. Let's go, other hand. Now we've got that started off, we're going to walk our hands backwards and forwards. And if that first exercise feels really easy and boring, I'd encourage you to still try it. Even these things that we know how to do, playing at 60 beats a minute slowly, starting off your practice with something that you do know how to do means that as you get into those slightly harder moments, those more challenging moments, you can always come back to that feeling. And it gets you zoned into the sound as well. Many of us come to the handpan because you hear it and you're like, what is that sound? So making sure that you're always making the kind of sound that you want to hear is a really important exercise. Now we're going to keep that slow click, but our hands are going to go twice as fast. We'll start off with the click, and then we're going to go twice as fast, double speed. And this is a really good way of making sure that you're always moving at your pace. So whenever I say double speed, if it feels like it suits your hands and your elbows and your arms to go twice as fast, go twice as fast with me. If you'd like to stay on that level that we're on, stay on that level that we're on. So we're going to start off playing every click. Ready? Every click. Let's go. And already it's an exercise in balancing. So many people, they have loud hand, quiet hand, loud hand, quiet hand, loud hand. We don't want that. We want 2 balanced hands. And if you see one of your hands is moving in a way that's more fluid, try and borrow that motion for the other hand. And in a minute, we're going to go twice as fast. So it's going to be filling in those gaps, like 1 and 2 and 3. Let's try that. And if you're ready, we're going to go on to that double speed. Double speed. So now each click has 4 notes in it. And if you're ready, we'll try double that. Still relaxed. Half that. Half that. Half that. Half that. And so often when people ask me the secrets or the tricks to play faster, they want to jump straight to that faster speed. But I love doing things like that where we're edging into that faster tempo and then coming back down. You can't sprint. Imagine running. You can't sprint training the whole time. I assume I literally do not run. But I imagine you can't train by sprinting all the time. But you train by running up to the pace that's too fast for you and then maybe over the pace that's too fast to you and then back down to that pace that's a little more comfortable. And by going into that accelerating zone and back out, you're really getting that greater speed, movement, dexterity. So that's an idea that I'm going to come back to a lot, of stepping out of your comfort zone, stepping out of your speed zone, and then coming back into it. So we've done the whole exercise with our right hand or our dominant hand leading, and we're going to do the whole exercise now, starting with our left hand. So that means that the big beats are falling on the left or the non-dominant hand. For me, that's my left hand. And it means that our brain has to work on getting those clicks allied with our non-dominant hand. But to start off, it doesn't matter too much because everything's a click. But we're starting with our left hand. Left hand, go. I should say non-dominant hand. And when we're ready, we're going to go to that half speed, double speed, double speed. Now, double. It's 1 and 2 and double speed. Seeing how that feels. Now the dominant hand is the one filling in the gaps. And the non-dominant hand is on the clicks. 1 and 2 and 3. And we're going to go to double speed. Now it's 1E and a 2E. Twice that in a moment. Let's go. Half of that speed now. Half that speed. Half that speed. Half that speed. So that exercise, that warm-up, I did it just with my thumbs, and you can imagine that you can do the exact same things with your fingers or any of those similar things moving around. We're going to borrow that idea and use that to move around the pan a little bit. And as you're watching, do let me know any comments, any thoughts, feelings, the speeds that we're going at, or how it feels. I'd love to know how it is for all of you. And also, I'm doing that at 60 BPM. You can try that if that's too easy or too hard at a higher or lower BPM. Or you can use the YouTube changey thing as well, which is always great. Okay, so we are going to try playing four clicks on each note. We're going to move up and down the pan. So up and down the scale, which on our D Kurd sounds like this. And I know some people don't have this high C, they don't have this note. So for now, I'm just going to leave it out so we can all be playing together. So we're just going to be going up and back down. Ignoring this one. So we're going to have, we'll take our click up a little bit now. We're going to play 4 notes on each of those pitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can use your thumbs, you can use your fingers. It doesn't really matter. I like to use my thumbs for the lower notes and my fingers for the higher notes. Walking up and down the pan, 4 on each, starting with the ding. 1, 2, 3, go. Next note. Next note. back down. And I really love this exercise and variations of this exercise because it really gets you thinking about your hand position. We know that when we're playing notes on this side, generally we want to use our right hand. And when we're playing notes on this side, we want to use our left hand. But there are so many times where we end up having to cross. And I see a lot of this kind of movement where students are kind of just doing too much motion. Now, I'm a very lazy person. I'm a very lazy player. I don't want to be moving my hands too far. I want to be going the least possible distance. So thinking about this kind of closed position where we're reaching across, what's the least motion you can do it in? How relaxed can we get that? We're going to try that same exercise. And now we're going to be moving twice as fast. Like 1, 1, 1, 2, semi-quaver, semi-quaver. Back down. And if that's too fast, just play 2 on each note. Try that. 1, 2, with me. If that's too fast, just 2 on each in the same space, which will sound like this. Like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So we're really using our motion, going side to side, feeling a bit like we're doing a front crawl, doing a swim, as we get to our little warm up. And we can really, that's an exercise. You can come up with so many variations of it. We could do 8 on each note, or 2, or 4, whatever we want to do. But within that click, we're moving up and down the pan. So we could do it with, let's try it with 8 on each note, just for fun. 8 on each note. Digga, 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 digga. Digga, 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 digga. With 8. Let's try that. We're taking that same click, that same spacing apart, and just moving up and down. And you can try a variation. You can try your own choice of notes on each. As long as it takes 1 click, we'll get from the bottom up to the top, back down at the same speed, we hope. So you can choose varieties of 1 note per click, 2, 4, 8, or any other number that you want to as we move up and down. So let's try it all together. 1, 2, 3, let's go. I love coming up with exercises that you can vary as you fancy. So that's my walking up and down the pan exercise, which gets you moving in open and closed positions. I've talked about moving up and down the pan, but because we all, maybe mostly, have D Kurds, I'm also going to talk about walking up and down the scale. So this is the notes laid out in alphabetical order. We're going to start off just by finding our D. Find your D. The next note in the scale is an E. Find your E. Next note is an F. Find your Fs. Got one underneath, cheating. Find your Gs. Find your As. Find your B flat. Find your Cs. And find your Ds. we're going to try a very similar exercise of moving up and down the handpan, playing 4 beats, 4 clicks on each of those notes alphabetically. Now, when we talk about running up and down the pan, I showed you how that sounds. We're also now thinking about running up and down those letter names. If you don't know the letter names on your D Kurd, that's totally okay. I've got some videos which will help you to understand that. That's totally fine. For now, just follow my hands. We're going to play each of these for 4 clicks. So we're starting with D, D, D. Now to E, to F, to G, to A, to B flat, to C, to D. Again, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, and D. So when I talk about running up and down the scale, I think it's so important to be able to play those notes in letter order for these reasons of harmony that we'll get onto a little bit later. I also want to talk about one other technique, the push and the pull technique. So we used the thumb earlier, and we've been talking about using the fingers. Another question I get a lot about speed is, how do you play twice as fast? And I'm like, spoiler, I'm not doing twice as much effort. If I'm playing with the thumb, and then I'm going to follow with the finger next, I join them up. I could do 2 motions like this, thumb, and then another motion of finger. But if I want to play these 2 notes, I'm better off letting my thumb come down and my finger coming back up. That makes it a much smaller motion. It's not thumb, finger. See how this is down, 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 down. Instead, my thumb comes down and my finger comes up. Thumb down, finger up. So find 2 notes around the side of whichever is your dominant hand that you'd like to look at this. And we bring our thumb down, all the way down off the pan, and our finger all the way up the pan. So we end up with our hand facing downwards and facing upwards. Hitting with the thumb on the way down, hitting with the finger on the way up. And this massive movement, we're slowly going to turn it into a much smaller motion, where instead of coming all the way upwards, it's coming forwards and backwards. Imagine how much more effort that would be if I was doing some kind of having to restruct, but you can see the way that it's come. I can really use this floppy hand-shaking door opening motion I was talking about earlier. And the same thing with the other hand. Let's start with the thumb coming all the way down and the finger coming all the way up. The thumb coming all the way down and the finger all the way up. Finger down, thumb down, finger up. So we're almost face up, almost palm up. And we slowly get that motion a little bit slower and a little bit smaller until it's just a forwards and back motion. But if I sped it up, if I opened it up, it would still be this same idea. But I'm just pushing and pulling, moving, moving, moving. And if we start to put those together, what would be this, thumb, 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 look at this effort, moving, moving, becomes so we're going to put those together. So choose 2 notes. I'm choosing D, B flat, C, D, and E. So start off with each of those motions. We've got 4 clicks and we've got 4 motions. So starting with the left hand, left thumb, then the right thumb, and then the left finger comes upwards, and the right finger comes upwards. Left thumb down. Right thumb down. Left finger up. Right finger up. We're going to go twice as fast with that. So 2 clicks, 2 clicks. Finger, finger. Thumb, thumb. Finger, finger. Thumb, thumb. We're going to go twice as fast. So 1 click each. Whoops. 1 click each. Now we're going to go twice as fast. Twice as fast as that. Faster. Ready? And back down. Faster. Back down. And slower. 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 Nice. And you can see, whatever speed you've chosen, I chose 80 beats a minute, you reach a point where you almost can't do it. You almost can't double anymore. And I love just playing around that point. That's going to be different for all of us. Moving into that fastest zone and then moving back out. You might even be in that fastest zone for like one beat or 1 click. And you go back down to that zone that you can handle it. And that way of slowly pushing up against your upper limit is going to get you going. We're going to try that exercise again. And just shift the right hand around slightly so that now I'm playing on my lowest note. And I'm going to do the same thing, starting with my right thumb this time. Starting with my right thumb. Everything apart from that's the same, but we've just moved 1 note closer so that we're still kind of going up in those steps. So starting off nice and slow, 4 clicks a movement. 4 clicks a movement, right thumb. 1, 2, right thumb down, left thumb, right finger up, left finger up, and again, right finger down, right thumb, left thumb down, right finger up, left finger up, then 2 per movement, 1, 2, 1, right finger, left finger, right thumb. Now we're going to go 1 per click. Click. And keeping it nice and loosey-goosey. Twice as fast. Twice as fast. Here we go. Twice as fast as that. Let's go. And back down. And back up. And back down. Let's take the speed down. And down again. Even slower. Yeah. And that's such a nice exercise to try it in different places. And once you have it, halving the amount of movement. If I did everything with my fingers, I'd have to move my arms around. So getting the hang of that push and pull, getting some exercises that work on that is really, really helpful. I'm going to do one more warm-up exercise to get us going, and this is one of my favorites, the crossing exercise. I'm going to take our speed up to about, let's say about 100. I really like this one because it's in 3. Everything we've been doing is in 4. So we're using a kind of a 3 feeling, which means that we get to break each beat into 3. And we're starting off with our thumbs on the lowest note to us. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then just walking there. When we're ready, we're going to walk up to the next note. So we're just stepping up. So think of it like 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we need our left hand to be the one that moves. So starting with an accent. Ready? Right hand, right, left, right, left. Again, right, left, right, left. Right, left, right, left. You can put a little accent. Right, left, right, left. Let's see if we can climb all the way up. Go! Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, left, right, left, right, left. And then again. So as we get up to the top, we swap. Starting from the right hand up at the top note. 1, 2, 3, top note. You see how we end up crossing? We're combining those exercises we've done now. We're using thumb and finger and we're crossing. So starting from the top note, 1, 2, 3, right hand. And once we've got that, we can go all the way up and all the way down. So let's try that and I'll see you on the other side. 1, 2, 3, right hand, right, left, right, left, right, left. Reach across. Again, 1. Reach. One more time. Reach. I find that one really fun, and I think it sounds pretty good as well when you get fast. So definitely one to work on too. So that's my crossing exercise. Right, so we've all got D Kurds, I hope. Let me know if you've got a pan on your lap right now and you're playing with me, which is awesome. And some of you are. So what we're going to do now is look at a few chords. So I refer you to the method of writing out chords, which I use, which I know some of you are familiar with. Each of these lines refers to a different note on the pan in front of you. So the big one in the middle is the ding. This one nearest us is here. There isn't one here, so you can see that we're going to miss out this note. And we're looking up to here, which happens to be our D. So if you know what the notes on your pan are, that's fine. But if you don't, just follow along with me on my chart. So we can see the notes for our D minor chord. Ding, A, D, F, and then A up at the top. So try and find your Ds, find your F, and find your A's. And now we've got our first chord that we're going to be looking at playing together. I'm so excited by the idea of like handpan D Kurd orchestra happening across the world. So that's what's going on right now, which I'm excited about. So we're all going to jam together. And if you don't have a D Kurd, but you've got like a D Celtic or you have a D Pygmy maybe, some of this stuff will work too, but you'll just need to use your ears to check in with whether the same notes are fitting in. So let me know if you manage to jam on a different pan. Hey, you might have like a guitar or a piano or whatever. You could jam with me too. That would be awesome. So we're going to start off playing D minor on whatever instrument you have. find some notes. You might do a little roll. Which actually, interestingly, rolling is also using very similar motion to that push and pull. Maybe I'll do a video about that at some point, but we're just using this kind of wishy-washy. So we're going to do 4 beats on our D minor chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you might just choose to do the same notes for 4 beats. That's fine too. However you choose to play. I've done a few videos about what chords are. I think the amazing thing about the handpan is so many of the notes sound good together. But there are some notes which will sound more clashy than other notes. And that's totally fine. They're not good notes or bad notes, but they're just different colours that we can use at different times. So I'm talking about chords. These are notes in Western classical music that sound good together, good being an undescribable term. So we're looking at these triads. They're called chords. They're 3 notes and they sound good together. Each chord is made up of 3 notes. And we're going to be choosing a few of them on our D Kurd. So the first one is chord 1. The next chord that I want us to look at is this chord, B flat major, chord 6. You can see it uses the ding, uses this note straight out to the left, uses this note underneath, which is our B flat, and it uses our F. So the notes in B flat major are B flat, D, and F. And now we're really going to be jamming. So let's find all of those notes in your B flat chord. And you can experiment with your ears for this. Generally, I don't play the ding too much in a chord where the ding isn't the main note. But you can just hear that. Sometimes it sounds good, sometimes it sounds bad. There's not one rule. But be aware, if your chord sounds a little bit different, the note that it's named after, B flat in this case, should be the loudest one, mainly, generally, sort of, sometimes. So now we're going to do 4 beats on our B flat chord. 4 beats on our B flat. 1, 2, B flat. Try again. Let's go. And now you can guess what we're going to do. We're going to play chord 1 for 4 beats. And then we're going to play chord 6, B flat, for 4 beats. So starting off on D, chord 1. 1, 2, 3, chord 1. In fact, we're going to do it for 8 beats because otherwise we're going to move too quick. We're going to do 8 beats on D minor. 1, 2, 3. Ready to change chords? Now. You'll notice that every now and then I play a note that's not in the chord. So just as we step up from B flat, 1, 2, 3. That's the moment for little passing notes. And it's called passing because we're walking up to land on our next chord. For now, they're like a little decoration, some sprinkles, some chocolate chip sprinkles that you can put on your cookie if you want. And it's totally cool to stick within the chord. But every now and then you might want to put a little extra seasoning on there, which we can talk more about as they come up. Let me know how that's working for you. Hopefully that is an okay speed. The next thing we're going to do is add in another chord. So we've had our chord 1. We've had our chord 6. The next chord we're going to go across to is C major, chord 7. So that's got our C, it's got our E, it's got our G, and you might have an extra C at the top, you might not. You might have an extra one underneath. So let's find some notes in C major. Let's count 8 beats of that. So it sounds like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to practice moving between C major and B flat major. So starting on C. 1, 2, 3, 4. To B flat. C. And now we're going to go all the way back, doing our 3 chords in a row, 3 chords in a row. So that's D for 8 beats, B flat for 8 beats, and C for 8 beats. Try that with me. 1, 2, 3, go. Changing chord. Changing to C. To D. Again. D. To B flat. To C. And then we'll stop there for 4 beats. And if that's too much, we're just going to play the note, the bass note of each one. So starting with D. 2, 3, just D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. B flat. To C. And that is always an option. If ever we're going too fast and there's too much complexity, you can still jam with us, you can still play together, play with me, but just keep it down to one note. That's always an option to fall back on. And it's, again, I like to think of it a bit like sprinting or running, or, you know, when you go to an exercise class or yoga class and they say you can always just do child's pose if you want to. And then I just always just want to do that. There's always options, like keep on playing, keep on jamming, but choose things that feel good for you. We're going to put in the final chord, which is A minor. Chord 5. So we have an A, we have C, and we have E. And again, as ever, you don't need to know the letter names, but you need to follow the pictures. So let's practice going between A on chord 5. I'll find all the notes. We're going to practice going between our A, chord 5, and 1, our D, chord 1. 8 beats on each. Starting with A, 8 beats. 1, 2, 3, 8 beats on A. To D minor. Back to A. To D minor. A. D minor. Amazing. And by the way, those 2 chords especially together sound fantastic. So if you only want to do 2 chords, if you want to take 2 chords away from this, please take those 2 chords and make your own piece of music with them. That will already sound awesome. Let's go through. We're going to start off playing 8 notes, 8 beats, just 1 note on each of those chords. Then we're going to play 2 notes. And then we're going to play 3 notes. As ever, when you come to play 3 notes, I am normally putting my thumb on one finger and my finger on another finger, and then using my thumb or finger to play the other one. Which note? It depends which for each. But generally, I want to be as uncrossed over as possible, so I'm not going to be tangled up. But just whichever feel good under your hands. So we're going to start off with 1 note on each of those, jamming together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's D. 1, 2, 3, 4. B flat to C. And A. Now choose 2 notes from D minor. 2 notes. 2 notes from B flat. 2 notes from C. 2 notes from A minor. 3 notes from D minor. 3 notes from B flat. 3 from C. 3 from A minor. And this time you can change those notes. So D minor, B flat, C, A, D. Amazing. We're going to use one other little tactic, a little technique, the offbeat. So when we looked at playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we are playing on the beat and we are playing on the offbeat. This is the offbeat. So the click is clicking and I'm playing between the beat. We're going to play our same chord progression, but we're going to bounce off the click. Again, if this feels too busy for you, too complicated, play on the click. That's totally fine too. But if you can, we're going to play on the ands. We're going to jump off that click. Jumping off the click. 1 and 2 and 3 and go. 1. B flat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Offbeat of A. Just so you can see, by the way, I think it's totally fine and great and good to mark that beat. I learned to do it with a sniff, like 1, 2, 3, which is cool, but you might hyperventilate. But I really would advocate for tapping the foot or something to keep the beats, to make sure you're bouncing off those beats. And these days I just tend to kind of dance with it. So like wherever you are, let's do one more round of that with a little bit of dancing, a little bit of a boogie, a bit of an offbeat boogie. D minor and 1 and 2 and 3. B flat. 1 and 2 and 4 and 1. C. A minor. Definitely, I love the funky chicken. So what we can start to bring together now is one hand is playing on the beat and the other hand is just smattering a little bit of melody around. So you'll see what I mean. The right hand is going to be playing on the beats and the left hand is going to do some of those offbeats. And like everything, this is totally optional. You'll make your piece. It will sound different to mine, but it will fit with mine if we've got the same notes from the chord, which is great. So we're looking at playing together, playing the offbeat. D, 1, 2, 3, together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and B flat. 1. C. A. D. see how we're really getting that on-beat and off-beat feeling. And we can try the exact same thing with the beats played by the left hand and the off-beats played by the right hand. So beats played by the left hand, off beats by the right hand, or whatever you fancy, mix it up how you want to go. 2, 3, 4, big beats, left hand, off beats, right hand, B flat, off beats. So now we've got a few tricks of the trade. I'm going to add in one more trick of the trade. Just a bit of percussion. So all I'm doing is putting a slap, a kind of a percussive side sound. I'm not going to go into how to get that slap, but generally you don't want to be hitting the note. You want to be hitting this space between the interstitial and kind of sticking to it. Instead of bouncing away, we're sticking together, kind of percussive snare. And I'm going to be putting that on beat 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that one. 3, 4. 1, 2, D is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. B flat. So we've all got the same 4 chords together. I'm going to take the speed up a little bit. We're going to just jam together. I'll call out some different ideas as they go. We might do some things we haven't covered yet, but which will be viewable in videos around if you want to know some more techniques. But yeah, this is just a space for us to play together, to jam together using those 4 chords and have some fun. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do like it as well if you did, which is great. And let's have a jam. Let's end with a round the world jam. Round the world, I don't know where everyone's watching from, but yeah, playing together. Just know that there are a couple of other people playing with you who are playing right now, which is cool. We're like a big band. We're gonna take ourselves up. We're gonna take ourselves up a little funky to 105. So we're all playing together. Still those 8 beats. And we're thinking there'll be one more thing, there'll be a moment for some solos. So there'll be a bit where I just keep the beat and someone can play a solo. And there's going to be a bit where I say my solo and you've got to keep the beats and I will be soloing, but I'll imagine that you're playing for me, please. So all right, let's play together. Yeah, let me know where you're tuning in from as well once we've jammed. We'll jam now. Type after. Okay, are we ready for the debut performance of the Round the World D Kurd jam? Yes. 1, 2, D minor. B flat. C. A minor. enough silence. It's going to be a solo now. It's your solo. Okay, I'm going to do a solo. You try and keep that beat. Your solo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. My solo. And my solo. We're going to try some arpeggios, which is walking. Ready for those chords? Just one note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change note. Change note. Change note. Do as much as you want. Woo! Ready for the last? Yeah, awesome stuff. And actually, I have one more request. Hopefully you've liked the video. Could you write in the comment where you're watching from, and if it was useful, thanks John that you enjoyed it. Do it again. All right, I probably will. And Randy tuning in from Houston, Texas. And I just had one more thought. Like, I've been doing a lot of videos at the moment. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I don't know how you've managed to watch this, but please do subscribe. I've been doing a lot of stuff at the moment about performance confidence, and that everyone is ready to share, ready to put some things online. I think we are super duper scared to put ourselves out for a load of reasons that I do go into. But I thought what would be super awesome is if you do have a spare phone or any kind of recording device, it would be really, really fun to we'll just do that one more time all together. And if anyone wants to film themselves playing along with me, that would be awesome. Who is the maker of your D Kurd? This is a meridian pan, a beautiful meridian pan with a few bonus notes joining in from New York. Nice, John. So yeah, so we'll end ourselves. If you want to, now is the moment. Set up a little video and even just an Instagram story or tag me in it. Doesn't have to be a big thing, but we'll finish ourselves with our little party. 8 beats on each note all together as a kind of goodbye. Have a wonderful week. If you want to video yourself and share it with me, I'd love to see what you're up to, because it feels a bit lonely here talking to the camera, but I do believe that you were all there. Oh my gosh, all the way from Australia. Amazing. All right, let's have this intercontinental jam. Are you ready? Get your recording device ready if you have one. If not, just invite your mates in, your housemates in. Do it for the love. Do it all together from the Netherlands. All together, we're going to play all together on D. 1, 2, 3, let's go. 1, 2. B flat. C. A. One more time. Up to D. B flat. C. And you know, I want to see your solos. So I'm going to hold down the groove and you can go wild. Try your solo now. Remember that offbeat? B flat. Offbeats. C. Offbeats. A minor. Offbeats. Again. Offbeats. Last. Let's end on a D. Awesome stuff. That was so fun. It feels like a group wherever you're tuning in from New York, from Australia, from the Netherlands, from Texas, etc. Thanks for being here. This class was totally free and I love it like that. If you do want to, there are various ways you can donate, or you can just keep on watching my videos, keep on putting comments on them, keep on asking good questions that I have to then think of new topics to write and make new videos of, which I love doing. And it's totally unrelated to teaching, but I've got a single coming out on Thursday with the wonderful Amy Naylor, whose studio I am in, and it's called The Love Song. So get yourself onto Spotify or onto our new Instagram page, which is Porta Banda. If I was prepared, I would have links to all and any of these things, but I do not. But I'll be sharing them all on my Instagram. So yeah, keep an eye out for our new music coming out on Thursday, and that's really exciting. So yay, woohoo! I agree, Sue, woohoo! And that's it, really. So have a fantastic week. I'll be doing a live stream on Thursday as well, interactive, improvisational music. And you're all awesome. Thanks for being here. Good. Oh no, the mouse isn't working. Good. Bye.